Hey everybody. Let's see. Maybe more like that. Yeah, we'll figure out the balancing. We're gonna go no camera today. I just don't feel like it. I changed up a bunch of stuff in my settings and everything's a little out of whack. And I don't want to fix it right now. To be honest, I'm not always super into having a webcam on when I stream at home, to the point where I really maybe should consider getting like some sort of artwork of my face or something that can pretend to be me. I could stand to be that. Alright, it's Theatrhythm Barline. This came out technically at midnight today, and there's a demo. I've only played a couple of hours. I moved my game save over already. I want people to note that if you go into live info, we're gonna play with the live info display on, so you're gonna see a lot of stuff that when you first start up the game, this specific one is off. But I think for stream, it really makes sense to have it on. We're gonna be playing this game on Rhythm Cafe. And I'm mostly just gonna... I've been working on Final Fantasy VII. Because for some reason, even though I've never played this game, I know all of its music. And I'm not really playing around with teams or anything yet. I'm mostly just trying to get some songs unlocked. We're gonna do some of this on a fresh save for Rhythm Cafe, but I want to have a bunch of songs unlocked so that when we're past doing some stuff, we don't have to unlock everything. We can go back to my account. So yeah, everything you're seeing on the bottom and the right-hand side of the screen is not on by default. That's what the live display is. Now, the way this game works is that you have the red buttons. You can basically push any of the face buttons, the triggers, the bumpers. I've been favoring using the bumpers because you need the sticks to do the dashes. You want to try this game, but you worry you get too lost in the music? Well, there's a demo. I would definitely advise anytime you can downloading a demo for a rhythm game to see if it really hits the beats for you. Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't trying to do that anyway. Ah, okay, so I just declare a title when I get all the way to the end. Is that what happens? Ooh, clear reward. Songs now available in music stages. Feat achievement. Play along with the music while watching scenes. Good. I haven't seen an EMS yet. I've been wanting to... Does that mean it's in the music stages section? Okay, no, don't get distracted by chocobos. Let's see, let's be under... Where is it? Here? No, that's not 7, that's... Here we are. Right, saddest song known to man. Okay, I've been playing on Expert. Let's just see how hard Ultimate really is. It's been a while. It's a 7. Can't be that bad. Oh, they did change how these work. I suppose that makes sense. They should make a Zelda rhythm game? Yes. Yes, they should. Cadence of Hyrule is good, but would like maybe something a little bit more... So in the 3DS versions of this game, because it was using touch controls, the EMS sections generally went around in more of a circle. They didn't have bars coming from the top. This is much more Dragon Quest Theatrhythm style, which we didn't get over here. And I believe the devs of this game said they would be willing to do... they would be interested in doing a Nintendo franchise version. Which would be cool. Bum, bum, bum. So some changes they seem to have made in this game versus the other games is they used to show 2 critical charts, and one would show you what your previous critical chart had looked like, and your second one, which was like your current and it would update your previous one to mark in all the crits, which doesn't seem to be a thing that they're doing in this one, unless I've missed it. I do like that you can bring up all these extra details of finding out your timing. And then stat boosts and stuff are fun too. Ooh, recommendations. Interesting. I like this. This is neat. Topic. Oh, it looks like something kind of related. Something a little harder. Yeah, okay, let's pick a little harder. That's a great idea. Oops. Died. Should maybe look at my party. B. At about just less than a third to go. Digital arrangements. Oops. Back to main. What are we running? What does armor break do again? Voids damage. Okay, I think we will... We got going for you. Do I have any other boats? Nope. I don't know how I get more Moogles. I I assume there are more Moogles. Maybe I can get the male Moogle from 14? 14. Yeah, 14. Okay, let's see. What have I... Yes, I cleared those, so they'll be unlocked. And fight you. If they were going to make a Zelda rhythm game, I would really like them to make essentially something along the lines of Persona 4, or the Persona rhythm games, or even just Hatsune Miku, so I could dress them up and make them dress up and watch them dance. Not a requirement, but I'd like to see it. And Cadence of Hyrule is fantastic. I would also like a sequel to that. That was not bad. I forgot that I was on the higher difficulty when I did that. Ooh, that looks like a new ship. I got a reward. Can I swap to that ship? Okay, this mostly appears to be a cosmetic thing, but what else have I missed out here? We'll pull that back down to expert. Easier to read the chat while I play that way. Okay, so yeah, it does cosmetically just trade out the chip on these. Library Witch K, thank you for that 63-month sub. Fritz. 70% or higher rainbow critical judgments. Oh. Wait, I would have gotten a puppy? Let's try that again. Let's see if I can't make that work and get puppy. I don't know if that was 70% rainbow. Maybe. I did really good, 210. Okay, cool, I get a puppy. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Look at those floppy ears. I'm a little surprised it doesn't add anything besides cosmetics, but I'm good. I'm good with that. Cosmetic puppy Moogle is fine. Let's see. What else have I not? There should be. Ah, there we go. So, anyone want to see what Supreme looks like? It's terrifying. Even by my standards, this is pretty terrifying. We're not going to make it. We'll be lucky if we make it through the first few notes. Puppy. Okay, I did a lot better than I was expecting. That didn't even have the overlapping notes that scared me off the first time I did something. That one felt sort of plausible. Stage select. Oh, pull that down to... Yeah, we could do that on Ultimate. Need a little bit better hand combination on that, but that was still really good. Orlando. That's fine. No, not play again. Oh, also, for those wondering, I paid for the really expensive edition. Because I knew I was going to get everything eventually anyway, so it just seemed like I might as well. Alright, I think I saw some people in the chat talking about a Final Fantasy XIV. Where is that? That's this, right? Let's just go back to the beginning of this. What have I done? I did this one already. I've played exactly maybe 2 hours of Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah. You can start in one of 3 areas in the game, and these 3 songs are the field music for each other. Oh, that's really cool. That is a cool fun fact. Library Witch K. Yeah, I assume there's like a ton of stuff I do not understand or references that come in this game because I have played... What have I played of Final Fantasy? I've played a chunk of 10. A chunk of 10-2. The couple of hours of Final Fantasy XIV that I delved into. Oh, Mog. Theatrhythm. Theatrhythm Curtain Call. And Chocobo Fables. Yep. That is all the Final Fantasy I have played. Which is funny because I think I own a version of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another version of 10 and 10-2. There might be another one in there somewhere. Oh, 15. I do own a copy of 15. I have a video gaming problem where I buy things and I don't play them because they were cheap. That's a fun Heather fact. But yeah, I picked up Theatrhythm because I needed something for my 3DS, and I liked rhythm games, and it's a good thing that Final Fantasy has just good music. Also, the Chocobo Fables game is just super cute. Oh, that's right. I do have a copy of World of Final Fantasy. I keep meaning to play. Oh, that's nice of them to put up a little sticker that says I've cleared the quest. Honestly, the whole design of this game is great. I don't mind the button-based inputs for. I really did like the stylus ones. I believe Curtain Call allowed you to do button inputs as well. It even let you do stylus and button at the same time if you really wanted. But typically I went with stylus because I just was really, really used to the stylus. The buttons here, I think, are a really good translation. And you can even tell that because they're doing button only, they're allowing for double presses and stuff. But I think stylus probably just slightly more. But I don't think there's anything wrong with the buttons scheme they have going on here. It is gonna be the make or break for some people, I think. If they've played previous versions. Let's see, cleared you, so fight you. Okay, I will say I definitely prefer stylus input for swipes over sticks. The rest I don't mind being buttons. Ooh, it does a count in. I've never paused during a song before. That's good to know. I like it when a rhythm game lets me have a count in on pause. Do-do-do. I like they also tell you, like, you know, you've cleared the song. This, you've completed the quest, which is cool. We're not here for quest completion, really, though. Oh, I've done this in the... Oh, right. I was playing online last night to check out how online fighting worked, and realized that my entire parties were incredibly underpowered. I will say, if you prefer stylus and you still have a 3DS about, or even a 2DS really, you should really see if you can track down a copy of Curtain Call. It's the second one. It's basically a lot like the first one, but they added in these map quests that I thought were really interesting. It's just a collection of songs, kind of like what we're doing now, except there were different pathways you could pick up, and you had to like collect keys and stuff. And I liked the layout for it. It was also how you unlocked characters. You basically gathered crystals. Yeah, so we've cleared that. Cleared that. Let's see. If you're weak to ice... Yeah, I've got Diamond Dust on. Oh no. Do these have star ratings? Oh no, they just have different... Oh, they have different buffs on them. Okay. Sure. I mean, I chose Shiva because I like Shiva. I think she's really cool. Oh yeah, you probably do grind unlocks in the first one with crystals. That's probably true. It's hard to tell the two apart after a while. I played both of them pretty extensively. I really do like Shiva though. Oops, that was a hold note. Another thing they used to do in the previous games is the songs had essentially different paths, which by what I mean is there was a portion in the song that if you hit all the notes, that was when you were successful with your summon. In the battle music, that was your summon like Shiva and Ifrit and all of those, and they do a big blast of firepower. In the field music, it would turn you into a chocobo of a different color depending on different factors, but it could be random if you didn't have certain food on you. The EMS songs had a essentially extended ending, but it changed the critical charts. So if you wanted to maximize your crit chart on both, you had to do it both ways. And they don't do that here, which is fine. I don't particularly think it has to be in here. I just think it's interesting they chose to not do that in this one. It's best to use the 2 times or the 4 times at the same time. Oh, that's good to know. I've been mostly just ignoring items right now, but... Got my little phoenix down. Oh, I didn't know they had Gorons in this game. I have never heard this song before. This is neat. Under the Weight. I don't want to do a tenor. We'll do 5. Fight this little Goron. This gigantic titan Goron. Yeah, a little chuffed I missed that one note. Oh well. It was kind of the other thing in the previous game. They had, so you get like bonuses for your rhythmia or whatever they call the stuff you're collecting. And I know they used to have one that was like, oh, you didn't use, I think it's if you didn't use summons, they called it stoic. But if you didn't do summons, it was impossible to get higher scores? Something like that? It was odd. It was late 3% of the time. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I really would like it if they had an off by 1 sticker. Okay, you're weak to fire. So let's swap you out for maybe Bahamut. Yeah, you. Somebody on my team already has fire attacks. Great kitty. Or swap him for that. Sorry, puppy. No, not so fast. We still have this one to do. But also, kitty. Time delays the day away. Kitty. God, I do hope they have one that is the male hat. I like the mailman. Moogle. No, I'll just stick on expert. Kitty. Tifa. Weirdo. Amulet. Now, I know what you're saying. You're like, I like this idea, but the arrows, too much. Let me show you simple mode. You can swap to simple mode. It's one button. For those lazy days, or I want to play the harder songs but not with all the arrows spinning around in my brain. And I do mean it. Even on the doubles. Okay, I've never heard this song before. This is great. Okay, I guess you need to use another button if they overlap like that, but technically there is a one button mode. Ooh, fancy. But if you change it to one of the other modes, it'll, like, it's not... It'll only show you the scores if you're in that section, which I think is really great if you're like, I want to play simple, but I want to, like, get myself back up to standard, maybe. Paired mode is a two-player mode. I can't play that right now. I need to convince the other person in this house to play this game, and I don't think I could do that. But I will solve that problem on Rhythm Cafe. Yeah, let me put that back into standard. Yeah, what's this look like in standard versus what we just did? I don't know if Ian's actually been around any time we've done Theatrhythm. I feel like that's a game I've pulled on with other guests because I've already played it extensively, and he doesn't seem like a Final Fantasy fan, though I'm not really sure. So I guess I'll find out whether or not he likes this game on Sunday. Oops, wasn't paying attention to the doubles. From what I've seen for 2-player mode, it's somebody controls the top 2 notes and someone controls the bottom 2. Though I think that's if you have... I think that might be if you have 2 controllers. I think there might be a thing where if you use 2 Joy-Con halves, it does 1 button each. I tried to turn it on the one time just to see what it looked like. Did not get very far. But yeah, we'll get to explore that on Sunday. Oh, you're resistant electric, huh? I guess I could see if I have somebody who has electricity. Judgment Bolt. There, you deal. Yeah, the trigger speed was at 2 times. That probably has to do with I didn't read what the mission was. Again, that, like, maybe a reason why you want to put it on simplified mode to unlock the stage and then not have to play it that way. Got Odin. Does not say that. I don't usually up the speed. Ultima. Defeat the boss, ultimate weapon. Well, we'll see. Yeah, everything we're doing right now is Final Fantasy 14 based. It's just the section of the game we're in. There we go. Trigger speed 1. Thank you. Oh no, why am I using face buttons? I don't do that. Yeah, I thought Final Fantasy 14 was basically like a different bunch of games all combined at this point. You want Animal Crossing? You want Pokemon? I'm sure it's in there. Light of the Storm. Yeah, okay. At least that's what I hear. Triggers are judged a bit more harshly. Well, okay. We got turned into frogs. We were really cute. Natalia, thank you for that 9-month resub. Sid Raines. I feel like I know that name. Okay. No! Oh, I'm mad. I lost my chain. No. I was bopping along and being real happy, and then I missed. Again. There we go. That's better. Clear with Y'shtola number 2 in your party. Okay. That's number one. Let's just... this spoon. Well, you'll survive. I did the thing! Received 500 million points. Okay, I need to put Vincent back in my party. Oh good, it remembers what I had. That's nice. Ominous. Wow, this has like a lot of uplifting feel going on. Oh no, they got poisoned. I do like that they are lenient on the chaining. Some games, if you get points in a good space, your chain will still break. Not too many of them, but it's good to see. Ominous chopsticks. Okay. Galuf did the thing. Got a memory card. Neat. Final boss of the first expansion? Ah. There's a giant eyeball in the background. Oh, I just noticed the time bar on the bottom. There's so much going on the screen. Wow. Look at that crit chart. It's so close to being full. Yeah, I did really, really good on that. Oh yeah. Wow, that sounds great. I don't know why. I guess I'm always surprised when video game music has lyrics in it. Wow, there's a lot going on here. Clear on ultimate or harder difficulty, huh? Yeah, okay. This optional side raid where there was a lot of excellent music. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm glad there's people in chat to tell me where this music comes from. It's really useful. Oh, thank goodness. Whew. Was rough on the health bar. Some really good patterning though. Liked it. Oh, not yet. No, we have these to do still. Then we're gonna go back down to expert so my eyes can readjust to real life. bosses have to clear with 60% HP. So, that's not... shouldn't be too difficult. I also want to point out there are like items you can use to help with health regen and other stuff if you're struggling with a song. I just haven't been bothering with the more RPG elements. Too much hope. That's a strange thing to say. Silver growth egg. Obtain 10,000 rhythmia. Yeah, this game also has... We'll go back. We're gonna go back in there. Don't worry. Is it this? Museum? Collection. This is all the cards I've been collecting. Is it the summons? If I have these have effects? Or is I think everything else? Oh no, these ones do too. These are just collect cards. These are the memories of times past. There's a theater to watch some stuff. Music player. Records. I think records is an interesting idea because it just shows you your different counts on like what you've been playing. Wait. Daily special clears, whatever that means. Which characters you use a lot. Like, I just find stats neat, so I'm glad they do that. Feats are basically achievements. There's, I think, a lot less of them in this game than there were in previous ones. I think. I can't remember. They definitely did this kind of thing, though. or gives you hints when you unlock stuff nearby. That's like, this is how you get this thing. So if I level up a bunch of characters to level 99, I probably unlock that. Keep calling on the same summon. No, it's just really nice, clean presentation. Really good art style. Like, this is a very cohesively put together game in terms of its UI and everything it does. Like, it's very polished what they've done here. Okay, let's experience some entropy. Exponentially. and back and forward and back. Forward and back. I like it when lyrics match up with things that are going on in the screen. Yeah, when a song has lyrics that match up with the game mechanics, I really like that. I like when they do that. Alright. Mobius. Looks cold. Oh! Oh, it just made it. Just got the enemy. I activated abilities 1,000 times. I wasn't even trying. Is this just part 2 of this fight? That looks like a part 2. They really loved the Alexander raids. Oh no, trigger speed is 0.5. Oh, maybe that's not a bad thing. Also, I want to point out that the Joy-Cons in this layout are the color of the Joy-Cons that I'm actually using. If I swap these to a different color pair, the layout will change. The colors, if you're playing with a Pro Controller, it will show Pro Controller instead of the Joy-Cons. I just think it's neat. I believe one of the Pokemon games does that too. If you have, I think they did it in Sword and Shield. You'll have like a switch in the house at the beginning, and it will show you the color of Joy-Cons you have attached to the Switch. I like it when games do that. Defeat the boss within 25 seconds. Allies deal half physical damage. Well, let's just see if it happens. If you do play on 2-player mode, it does only show the controller of whoever is doing first player, though. I tested that. And if you're playing 2-player with single Joy-Cons, it only shows one single Joy-Con. and that's the one that the first player is playing with. Yeah, I had a feeling that didn't happen. That's okay. Defeat the boss, Shinryu. You appear to be a Durgan. Boss enemies have double HP. The worm's tail. Yeah, he kind of didn't show up fast enough. Probably need more firepower. That's okay. The point is to unlock the songs today. Clearing quests is just a bonus. Wayward Daughter. Tsukuyomi. And Sunrise. Ooh. Okay, well, we're gonna start with this one. Oh, what a neat little area we are in. Ooh, made it. But not yet. Let's see, we've got 27 or 32, so 5 more songs for Final Fantasy 14 in this section. I think that's probably as far as we're gonna get. Clear out 14. If that gives me an ES stage, I'll play that too, and it's probably more than... Now, sometimes I don't see the double notes for a while, and then I kind of just forget they exist, and then they surprise me by existing. Record not saved due to stage effects increasing damage. Okay. Ooh, I get a Black Mage Moogle if I defeat the boss without dealing fire. Okay. No fire for you. What can I give you instead? Sure, that seems fine. None of these are fire-based, right? And it's all dark attack, physical. Okay. And then, you have flare, so... What about you? Slender. There. No fire. No fire happening. See if I can get this Moogle. Moogles are great. They're basically just teddy bears with wings and Wi-Fi. No, we're little froggies again. We're so adorable as frogs. How did we do? Oh, we didn't defeat the boss. Character reached level 99. You can still keep leveling? What? Raising a character's star level improves their stats even further and makes them deal more damage with abilities. What? That's new. Clear without taking any enemy attacks. Who brings Shadow? Was that like a chore thing? Whose turn is it to take the dog out? I didn't know you could level past level 99. That seems weird. Good song. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. I can't say that I've heard a song that I dislike yet. There's certainly songs in the game that make me anxious, but nothing that I'd be like, oh, I don't like that song. This is my sin. Unlocked a new song. Yeah. 4 characters reached level 99. Next. Oh look, Alexander's back. Well, since I have hit you all to 99, yeah, let's bring this set in. Alright, I forgot I can do that too. Here. How many sets can I have? 5? Oh, I should have given you all... Oh no, wait. I don't think you have a 3rd. Block. Hey, thank you for that 55-month resub. The double nickel. Promises to keep. Yeah, I should be able to give them what you have. Yeah, let's increase agility. Low damage. Restores 20% HP. Sure. Reduces damage. Yeah, let's do wind. Oiko, hey, thank you for that 4 months Prime sub. Thanks for all the chill streams. I like chill streams. They're my favorite. Nice way to relax. Play some games, learn some neat things. I've learned so much more about Final Fantasy XIV than I had in a while. Yeah, some of those button combinations got me on that one. Definitely room for improvement. Garnet. Should leave one more song in this section. What did they end this with? But, there we go. Wait. Oh, that was the last stage. Okay. Right. Answers. Let's see. We need to go to music stages for that. And that was... It's a 3 on expert. I think we'll up that to ultimate. Yeah, as far as I understand, too, the EMS songs tend to be the sad songs. Not always. Maybe. It's neat. I like this recommendations thing they do. Whew. Alright. We've been going for how long? Nearly 3 hours. No breaks. I think that's plenty of time. Definitely time to stop. Reminder: if you watch me over on the Loading Ready, if you watch me over the Loading Ready Run channel, we are doing. Paul and I are doing a bonus stream tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific time. We're playing a game called Blanc, B-L-A-N-C. It's an indie title. It's a 2-player thing about a deer and a fox, or a dog or something, depending on what you think that is. And then Sunday, Rhythm Cafe, as per normal. Oh wait, Chill Point's also on Friday. How could I forget about that? I gotta go read some news. So, we'll do that. As for this channel, I do want to start playing Trials and Tribulations. I think that's the second title. Yeah, because I think Justice for All is the third one for Ace Attorney. Might be able to start Saturday during the day. We'll see. But that's kind of what I'm aiming for right now. In the meantime, I think we'll go... I think Wiggins just started up and is going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV, which seems like a good time for Justice for All is the second one? Oh, okay. Well, that one. But yeah, I'm going to send you Matt's way. Because I feel like going over to a Final Fantasy XIV stream is a good way to go, since we just played all the Final Fantasy XIV songs in the Series Quest area. So I'm going to do that. And I'll see you all tomorrow, I guess. Or sometime. Take care.